still considering taking action over the crackdown on Iran on protests that human rights groups say has left more than 2,000 people dead. Iran claims Israel's to blame, funding terrorists, killing protesters. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Mike Waltz said at a Security Council meeting,
the regime is weaker than ever before and therefore is putting forward this lie because of the power of the Iranian people in the streets.
After the president took action in Venezuela, taking out leader Nicolas Maduro, he got a gift.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she presented her Nobel Peace Prize medal to President Trump during a private lunch at the White House.
As a recognition for his unique commitment with our freedom.
Still, President Trump is not pushing for Machado to leave Venezuela. Instead, he and senior administration officials say they are working well with Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. The president is pushing a new health care plan in a White House video.
Instead of putting the needs of big corporations and special interests first, our plan finally puts you first.
It's a blueprint he wants Congress to follow amid a debate over Obamacare reform after some tax credits expired last year, driving up the cost of coverage for millions of Americans. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Bright lights and crime scene tape on Indy's east side. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, but not for long. 23 degrees. It feels more like it's 13. We're going up to 38. A light snow today. Two fast-moving systems will pass through central Indiana, leaving about an inch in most areas. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Gunshots fired on the east side of Indianapolis this morning, and two people hit. It happened in a neighborhood near East 33rd and North Colorado Avenue. You may recall about 2 days ago a shooting happening near that neighborhood. There have not been any arrests in this case, and police have not talked about whether those shootings are related to each other. This morning, 18-year-old Eddie Jones from Missouri, who prosecutors say killed Indiana State Trooper Aaron Smith, is being sentenced at the Hendricks County Courthouse. He is expected to receive a 40-year prison sentence. That plea deal was reached after prosecutors spoke to Aaron Smith's family, and that sentencing going on at 9 o'clock. Indiana Republican Senator Todd Young said Thursday that the U.S. government needs to be careful about getting too heavily involved in Venezuela.
And I believe that a drawn-out campaign in Venezuela involving the American military, even if unintended, would be the opposite of President Trump's goal of ending foreign entanglements.
And Young said any such commitment of U.S. forces in Venezuela must be subject to debate and authorization in Congress. Former IU quarterback Chris Ditto was coached by Bill Mallory in the 90s. He says Mallory would be really proud of what Curt Cignetti has done with this 15-0 IU Hoosier football team.
I know he's looking down and just could not have more pride and just be so excited for what's happening in Bloomington, what's happened to the football program over the last 2 years.
And Ditto says the current team plays really well together. There was a long line of people outside Simon Scott Assembly Hall Thursday, all waiting for a commemorative towel before Monday's college football national championship.
The Hoosiers are in the flippin' national championship, and I just couldn't be more proud as a student, as a member of this community, and I just can't believe that my dreams are finally reality.
And that man speaking to Wish TV. The towel is bright red with IU's white logo in the center, and it reads, "Never daunted, fast, physical, and relentless," with the 2026 National Championship logo on the front. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Friday morning. It's 6:04.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com. 6 superfans, dressed to the 10s, crammed onto a 3-person couch, and armed with a dozen chicken wings. Now that's how you finish off the season. Gear up for the championship game at your local Academy Sports and Outdoor store in Bloomington. Score Indiana jerseys, shirts, caps, and more. The store will be open post-game if Indiana wins the championship. Rep your team today. Visit Academy Sports and Outdoors at 123 South Kingston Drive in Bloomington today.
All right, check it out, I-70 in Hendricks County. This is between State Road 267 and County Road 525 East. It is a crash affecting both sides of the interstate right now with those westbound lanes backed up for about a mile. No backup on the eastbound side as of yet, so if you're going to work in Indianapolis, it shouldn't take you too long to get through that. Then on the south side, now we have a report of debris on northbound 65 in the construction zone at Raymond Street. Please watch those ramps and bridges today. They could be slick. Traffic sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Indianapolis winters are serious business. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning is here for heating repairs, replacements, and tune-ups. Visit 1HourAirIndy.com or call 855-1HOUR today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. We're keeping an eye on a couple of waves of snow that are moving through. You heard Matt talk about it. Not a lot, but putting down maybe just a quick little coating here this morning. We'll get another potential quick coating after lunchtime that could slick up the evening drive. Less than an inch of accumulation expected total. We'll hit a high of around 37 later today. Tonight, cloudy, a few light snow showers possible, minimal accumulation, a low down to 23. It does turn much colder this weekend. Saturday, maybe a few light snow showers, 26. Sunday, partly cloudy, cold, 23. And MLK Day, Monday, partly cloudy and really cold with highs only into the mid and upper teens.
That is Marcus Bailey from Wish TV telling you to get a jacket.
Or a little bit heavier. Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Get 2 jackets.
2 jackets. Layer up. That's right.
What Marcus Bailey doesn't tell you is that Marcus Bailey is in the jacket business. And this is all just a plan from Big Jacket.
That's right, baby.
That's it. That's it.
You get that bread and milk, too. I got those stocks that just sitting and waiting.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Yeah, you can never go wrong with bread and milk. French toast for everybody. 24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:08. So is Hogsett not running? There was this story yesterday. Well, first, we know that Bob Bosley is running for mayor of Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. He's running, former president of the City County Council. This is the worst kept secret in all of Indianapolis. No, wait. There's one more worst kept secret. I just don't think you're allowed to say it on air. Don't worry. Don't worry, Mayor. You're safe. The long-term council member who has served for the last 14 years is running. And there's a question of who's going to run against him, whether the Democrats would be interested. But when the story was discussed yesterday, as the announcement came yesterday, I had no indication that Joe Hogsett wasn't going to run. I don't know what he's going to do. And then there was this mention in the story on Fox 59, and producer Carl sent it to me as well, that Hogsett's not running. Did I miss some announcement where Joe Hogsett said, I understand my political career is over. I'm an absolutely terrible person who did terrible things. I was an absolutely horrific mayor, and I have set the city back by decades. Did that come out? Did that ever get discussed anywhere? So my question is, I don't know, to Fox 59, I'd just like to know, did you hear that from him? Was there a statement that we all missed? Maybe there's a statement out today. Maybe I missed something. It's certainly possible. But I don't see it. I don't see where he has announced he's not running. And let's say he's not running. Can I go back to something that got discussed earlier this week? Why would Chris Bailey, who was the chief of police, why would he give it up to become the chief of staff of a guy whose days are numbered, who isn't running again, who isn't? The whole thing doesn't make sense. We put the story out. I think we were the only people who asked the question. Why in the world would Chris Bailey, Chief Bailey, former Chief Bailey now, why would he take the job being Hogsett's chief of staff? And who has said that Hogsett isn't running? Where is that? I'm looking for a clarification. And until we get one, all things are on the table. By the way, we mentioned briefly yesterday that the race in the 5th district, Victoria Sparks is running for re-election. Democrat J.D. Ford is now getting into the race. That race has the potential to be national profile. Just a question of whether or not J.D. Ford can actually, I don't know, run any kind of campaign. We're all going to find out. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Lawmakers take steps to lure the bears at 632. Nominations are now open for IBJ's annual 40 Under 40. Submit your nomination by January 26th at ibj.com/nominations.
Staying connected shouldn't be a struggle, but for many Hoosiers who are deaf, hard of hearing, deafblind, or have a speech disability, everyday phone calls can be frustrating. That's where Relay Indiana comes in. Relay Indiana is a free statewide service that helps people communicate over the phone by connecting callers through specially trained relay operators. They make sure conversations between specialized devices and standard phones are clear, accurate, and respectful. Relay Indiana also offers relay conference captioning, providing real-time captions for meetings, webinars, and conference calls, so you never miss a word. Whether it's work, family, or everyday life, communication matters. Learn more at RelayIndiana.com. That's RelayIndiana.com. And stay connected.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Your event isn't just a date on a calendar. It's a reputation. It's your reputation. It's a moment you can't get back. So why trust anybody else? Trust the most experienced at Nameless Catering. We are engineered for high-stakes weddings and massive corporate lunches. We rely on systems, not stock photos. We don't just deliver meals, we deliver peace of mind. We are Nameless Catering, Indianapolis's standard for service.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at Hendricks County right now, and we're just checking this out. It's I-70 to the east of County Road 525 East, or between State Road 39 and State Road 267. It's a crash affecting both directions of the interstate. We have the left lane blocked going eastbound. All lanes are slow going westbound, and right now no delay. But know that's out there. If you're going to work in Indy today, eastbound 70 will be a slowdown because of a crash there in Hendricks County. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21 plus. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For 22 years, Exercise Inc. has helped Hoosiers build muscle, lose weight, and transform their health, creating lifelong habits. Only takes 20 minutes once a week. Visit exerciseinc.com.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
A couple of days ago, Minnesota officials, Mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, were all about those evil, terrible Nazi Gestapo ICE agents, echoing other Democratic politicos, echoing those in the media who are desperate to see ICE agents attacked, who are the cause and the reason for all of the violence. All those anti-ICE protesters, because they're not engaged in protest. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. They're engaged in violence because they want the violence, so then they can scream, look at the violence from these people. Instead of dealing with ICE as it is, calling them Nazis, calling them Gestapo, because this is what they do. They don't have any other language. Anybody they disagree with is a Nazi, so to scream Nazi tactics, denigrating the Holocaust, because that's, of course, part of the plan. But they don't have any other language they can use. Everything is, you are either going to submit to my view or you're a Nazi. There is no in-between for today's political left. It's not my fault for noticing, it's their fault for doing it. Somehow, magically, they're changing their tune. There was Tim Walz in that really poorly done address just 2 days ago. Get out your video cameras. Record these people. We're going to go after them. The audio of Tim Walz wishing death on President Trump, on calling ICE members Nazis, referring to them as the Gestapo. He's now putting out statements, quote, I am making a direct appeal to the president. Let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are. And an appeal to Minnesotans. I know this is scary. We must speak out loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants. When you're trying to get something from someone, to say, I know he wants us all dead, but we have to work together. That's a weird flex. Secondly, what's with the change of tone? I'm supposed to now believe after all of the rhetoric you single-handedly have engaged, it's now we gotta stop this. Not only you, Mayor Jacob Frey, calling for peace. Everybody has a role in achieving that peace, and we're going to try and do everything we can to keep it. This is days after the mayor of Minneapolis said, ICE, get the blank out of Minneapolis. We don't want you here. Has referred to the death of Renee Good as murder, which it was not. She got killed. And it is terrible because this is, who wants this? I did argue, however, that there were members of the left who did want this. I still hold by that. Because they want the excuse for the more chaos. Take a look at what happened just 36 hours ago. ICE is involved in an operation targeting someone here illegally from Venezuela. That guy is in his car. They approach the car. That guy, the suspect, we will call him, then takes his vehicle, rams it into another vehicle. Gets out of the car, starts running. ICE chases. ICE subdues him. A fight ensues. While the suspect is fighting the ICE agent, two guys come out of their house with a shovel and a broomstick, that's how I know the story, and start attacking the ICE agent. The suspect is able to get free and joins in the fight attacking the ICE agent. The ICE agent pulls his weapon, fires, hits the Venezuelan suspect in the leg. They retreat to the house. ICE is then able to breach the house and arrest all of them. How did our press put it? ICE shoots a man in Minneapolis. ICE shoots a protester in Minneapolis. It was all of those. No mention of the story of the ramming of the car, the running away, the fight that ensued, the attack on the ICE agent. That's not what they did with the headline. What is the most incendiary headline we can create? If it bleeds, it leads. And the press runs with that because none of them actually know how to read paragraph 3 in a story, because paragraph 3 is usually the one that says, hey, the headline in the first two paragraphs, none of that was actually the case. Here's kind of what happened because we have to do this journalism thing. And then in paragraph 4, we'll get back to piling on and trying to mislead people. Now you're calling for peace? No one on your side is calling for peace. Absolutely no one on your side is calling for peace. How can you say such a thing? But the answer comes to you really quick. They'll say anything they want anytime they want. Maybe the better question is, why are they saying such a thing? What did they just notice? What did their polling tell them? What? I'll try and make it easier for the youths. What's with the vibe shift? By the way, I'm so hip. Did you feel it? Did you feel my hipness? Thank you. Thank you. What I think is important is that you know that I am in touch with the younger generations.
How do you do, fellow kids?
I'm totally right there. Now, that the Department of Justice is not going to open a probe into the shooting, well, I discussed that yesterday, and that needs just a little more nuance to it. And I'm not saying it's going to make anybody feel better. Justice Department saying there's not currently any basis to open a criminal civil rights investigation into the killing of Renee Good. As reported by the Associated Press, grain of salt, it is a sharp departure from past administrations, which have moved quickly to probe shootings of civilians by law enforcement officials for potential civil rights offenses. FBI probe continues. Civil Rights Division informed last week they would not play a role in the investigation at this time. Oh, the left's going to lose their mind out of this. They're going to be like this. Of course their civil rights were violated. I have no idea. Well, that's what an investigation is for. What in the basic evidence would show us this? She wasn't targeted. She wasn't tracked. There was no force used on one that wasn't used on another. I don't know where that you would think the violation would be or the cause for the investigation would be. There is still an investigation into what happened. There could still be that this is a bad shoot. Those things can happen. But I don't know if people are going to say, well, there should be a civil rights investigation. And I think the question is what civil rights were violated. And going to past administrations, was it utilized as a tool to mollify a political crowd? Oh, we've opened a civil rights investigation. Well, that's right. It's very important. Was it? Is it? Was it ever? Some cases, I would assume yes, but maybe not in all cases. Maybe it was just a tool to tell the people so they would think that something was actually done and people actually cared. That's the latest out of Minneapolis. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5. What's up?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at Hendricks County, this is a crash on I-70 between State Road 39 and State Road 267, or to the east of County Road 525. And right now, the left lane is blocked going towards Indianapolis. The left shoulder is blocked going away from Indianapolis. So the crash is affecting both sides of the interstate. We do have a slowdown on the westbound side right now. Inbound traffic looks pretty good with no delay. Also, northbound 65 south side slow. Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Inbound 69, what is up? Fisher's looking good, coming in with 4 minutes. State Road 37 to 465, no problems here. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Casey from the Kendall and Casey Show, and the cheapest available tickets to see Indiana play Miami in the national championship game starting at $2,936. Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Here are just a few hot buys going on in January. Lift chairs starting at $5.99. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $4.99. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses, $71 per month. Smith Brothers sofas, $18.99. Up to 25% off all outdoor furniture. Reclining sofas starting at $6.99. Sale ends Monday. Free delivery. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Are you ready for retirement or just hoping for the best? At Wise Money Radio, we bring you the strategies, stories, and straight talk you need to make your money work smarter so you can live wiser. From taxes and healthcare costs to Social Security and income planning, we cut through the noise to give you the clarity you deserve. Listen to Wise Money Radio with Joe Wilson of Omega Wealth Private Capital, Saturday mornings at 5 right here on 93.1 WIBC.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B-Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What President Trump says he'll do if the violence continues. Downtown Indianapolis has a clear radar, but that's not the case in Johnson County, where it's snowing right now. 23 degrees, wind chills make it feel like it's 13. We're going up to 38. Light snow is possible today in downtown Indy as two quick-moving systems pass through central Indiana. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. On Thursday, President Trump said on social media that he could federalize the National Guard using the Insurrection Act.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is pleading with the president to tamp down the rhetoric, saying, "Let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are." And an appeal to Minnesotans, I know this is scary. We must speak out loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting Minnesota's Attorney General vowed to take the president to court if he tries to use the act. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says the unrest in Minnesota stems from decisions by the president and the Department of Homeland Security.
They're the ones putting pressure on them to hit quotas, regardless of whether or not these are the serious offenders.
And she spoke to Fox News. Supporters of the president say Democrats, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are fueling anti-ICE protests. The Department of Justice says it broke up an NCAA basketball gambling ring yesterday. Former player Antonio Blake, and he ran the operation. He used to play for the Bulls. The whole thing started in China and later moved to the U.S. with several others. This follows an earlier sports gambling case that involved Miami Heat player Terry Rozier. And Bob Weir, co-founder of the Grateful Dead, will be honored this weekend at a public memorial in San Francisco. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Indiana lawmakers have taken their first public steps in creating legislation to potentially help lure a Chicago Bears stadium to the Hoosier State. Language amended into a bill Thursday would create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, authorized to acquire land, finance capital improvements, and enter into leases with private entities, including NFL teams. The Bears have expressed an interest in leaving Illinois and have toured several potential stadium sites in Northwest Indiana. Elkhart-based music instrument maker Con Selmer is in the early stages of a plan that would see its Eastlake, Ohio manufacturing plant close around June 30. If finalized, the company would move professional French horn production to its brass factory in Elkhart. The largest manufacturer of band instruments in the United States, Conselmer operates a portfolio of well-known brass, woodwind, and percussion brands, including Ludwig drums and Bach trumpets. In 1886, five brothers moved their company, the Ball Corporation, from New York to Muncie. The Ball brothers would go on to found what would eventually become Ball State University. Now the story of Frank Ball's great-grandson, Jeff Harper, and his collection of nearly 3,000 ball jars and related memorabilia is being told through a university documentary, which is set to premiere tonight. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Ohio-based The Andersons is planning a major expansion of its ethanol production plant in Cass County. The Ag and Renewable Fuels Company says it will invest $60 million at the facility in the unincorporated community of Climbers. It's expected to increase ethanol production to 30 million gallons by mid-next year. The Methodist Hospital's Foundation in Gary has selected Selena Weatherax to serve as its new executive director. Weatherwax most recently served as president and CEO of the Multi-Agency Academic Cooperative Foundation in Valparaiso. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, check it out, Hendricks County right now. We look at I-70 between State Road 267 and State Road 39. That's a crash going in both directions. And just to the east, of County Road 525 East. And right now, if you're going eastbound towards Indianapolis, that's blocking the left lane. Westbound is blocking the left shoulder. South side crash, Southport Road at I-69. Crash on the north side, 86th Street at Purdue Road. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center at the time right now. 6:35. We check on sports. And Ryan Hedrick, what's going on?
Tony, what's up? Top-ranked IU can finish undefeated and win the national title if they beat number 10 Miami on Monday. Linebacker Aiden Fisher says veteran players who trust what head coach Curt Cignetti is doing make all the difference.
It's all about, taking the past experiences and kind of moving forward with them. Obviously, Coach Sig does a great job with that, but having the older guys that we have, it's taking that message and then, relaying it to the younger guys, relaying it to your room, and, our assistant coaches do a great job with it, too.
So check this out. IU could become the Big Ten's third different program in 3 years to win the championship. Miami hasn't won a title since 2001. We'll see who does what. Kickoff at 7:30 Monday. The Indiana Pacers are at home to close out a 4-game homestand tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans. Coverage begins at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Friendly reminder to change your filter. Head on over to our website at familyhvac.net for some of the best pricing on filters around.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. 2026 marks our 99th year in business, and we are going to make it the best year yet, and we're starting out with a bang. Now through Monday, we guarantee you the lowest price on every sectional, recliner, mattress, sofas, and more, including Lazy Boy and Tempur-Pedic, plus free delivery, interest-free financing, and cash discounts. Hurry, sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Not gonna lie, producer Carl has been on it for the bumper music today. Steely Dan, and now this. I don't know about you guys, but I think we should just stay home and make a baby.
Hey now.
Yeah, you know how that goes. Matt Bear, I'm not gonna lie. I'm wiggling a little bit.
This is so good.
Turn that up, producer Carl. What's wrong with you?
What you gonna do when she says goodbye? What you gonna do when she is gone? And all at once,
I'm not gonna lie, after hearing this music for 5 minutes, Casey Daniels is pregnant. That's my take.
I was just going to say, it put me in a really good mood. That's
right?
No.
How do you just not feel wonderful after this?
He had on Deacon Blues earlier.
Wait, did he play? Was it Deacon Blues that he
Yeah.
played? Steely Dan is good. There's a great documentary on Steely Dan. Actually, there's a documentary on Steely Dan, and then there's a documentary on Yacht Rock and how Yacht Rock came to be, which was a name given to it through a comedy series. It's unbelievable. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good to be with you. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. Producer Carl is behind the board. Ryan Hedrick in the WIBC Newsroom. It's so good. What is it? I don't know if it's Amazon, Hulu, or Netflix, but it's all about Yacht Rock. and it's about how, Mike McDonald, his work with Steely Dan, and then going forward from there. That's like the genesis of all these things. It is just for the music. The music is so good. Songs You Forgot, Connection, so great. So great. But yeah, but that was good. And for the record, I never told producer Carl to turn down the music. I didn't say that. Why would you we were all in it. Yeah, see? Look at that. Oh. That's right, I hit the post. What? See that, JMV? I could be a DJ. It's very good. Steely Dan, is it in your top 5, producer? Producer Carl and Matt. Is it in your top 5?
Yes, sir.
Now, you saying that just to say that, or you saying that because you meant it?
No, I caught on to Steely Dan when I was in boarding school, actually. Way back in the 80s.
Hold on. Stop for a moment. Boarding school?
Yeah.
You went to boarding school?
Yeah, my parents couldn't stand me. They sent me away.
Where did you go to boarding school?
An elite private school in New Jersey near Princeton.
It's in Carmel.
It's kind of near Princeton. So did you grow up in Jersey?
No, but when I lived in Jersey in boarding school, that's how I caught on to the Howard Stern show.
So boarding school where you learned about Steely Dan and Howard Stern.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds elite. Sounds like the most elite boarding school ever.
It's $75,000 a year now, Tony.
Listen, I don't come from money like you. I wouldn't know of elite boarding schools. Matt Baer, did you go to an elite boarding school?
$75,000's a student loan payment for me.
Got it. So that's a no?
Monthly. No, I never did.
Right. Yes, everybody in the chat room, producer Carl is an East Coast blue blood. That is accurate. That is 1,000% accurate. I believe he refers to his grandmother as Grandmama or Muffy.
I was at a reunion recently, and they were all horrified by my politics.
Well, yeah, but I work with you, and even I'm sometimes horrified. So no boarding school for Matt Baer. No. Boarding school for producer Carl. Did Ryan Hedrick go to boarding school?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think
so. When your parents send you to boarding school, do you say to yourself, wow, they really regret that choice?
No.
Or wait, or do you say, wow, they really regret that mistake? Like which way does it go?
No, it's like, oh my gosh, my parents don't like me.
Did you say that to yourself?
Oh, it goes really deep, Tony. Stuff that I don't want to share on the air, but I wasn't sent voluntarily.
Oh, okay. That's even a whole different thing. Because even when we have friends, and I'm not going to out people, but I'm sure I'll get texts. They'll send their kid away to camp for the whole summer. Okay, school's done, shipping you off to camp. 3 months, 2 months, whatever it is, have fun. And we would look at each other and say, Don't you want to be around your kid? Like, I get the kid could be having fun, it could be a great experience and all that jazz. For me as a parent, why would I want to spend that much time away from my kid? I mean, go do things, experience things, and there's an opportunity, absolutely take it. But 2 months every summer, I never understood that. I never understood the boarding school thing.
What exactly are you getting for that kind of price? I mean, what kind of quality education is so much better than you can get, say, anywhere else for $75,000?
What, at boarding school?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Carl.
I ended up in radio.
Huh? So there you go.
Truth will set you free.
By the way, at the elite boarding school, they don't even have Carl listed as a former student. They're like, oh, that didn't work. There's the other side of the bell curve. By the way, the emails and the texts are going to come in. Oh, people who did this, agreeing and disagreeing. I'll take it all. Tony and TonyKatz.com. On Twitter X, Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Tell us your boarding school experiences, and doesn't mean that your parents hated you. Yes or no? And parents, how much did you hate your kids? Or did you? Because we'll pretend that that's also an option. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, everybody, looking at I-70 between State Road 39 and State Road 267 in Hendricks County. This is a crash going in both directions, eastbound and westbound. I've been told that the left lane is blocked eastbound like you're going towards Indianapolis. Westbound side, all lanes are open, but we do have a slowdown that's about a mile long. So if you're heading towards Terre Haute, slow down eastbound 70, no delay right now. We'll keep you up to date on this as the morning progresses. South side, northbound 65 slows after Southport Road 2465. It's a construction zone. And same with the slowdown on northbound 65 from Raymond into the South Split. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Oil lights never come on at a good time. You've got enough to juggle, so let Take 5 handle it. Drive in, stay in your car, and roll out in 10 minutes. No waiting room, no stress, just fast, friendly service. Visit take5.com today to find your nearest shop.
Celebrate in red, white, and blue with Hammer and Nigel at Woodland Bowl January 16th. They're live at 3 and bowling kicks off at 6:30. Go to WIBC.com for your chance to win tickets to the sold-out Red, White, and Bowl presented by Jack Daniels and benefiting the Bowlers to Veterans link.
Red, White, and Bowl happening today. Presented by Jack Daniels with Hammer and Nigel. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Oh, Woodland Bowl. Am I allowed to show up? Can I just, walk in? Be like, what's going on? And grab a beer and, I don't know, club Nigel with a bowling pin? Is that allowed? Because I might show up and do that for sure. The Associated Press reported yesterday that there was a court ruling that affects Mahmoud Khalil. And you remember the name Mahmoud Khalil because he was the one leading the charge against Jews and other students at Columbia University. Well, we're fighting for the Palestinians. No, you're not, you lying fraud. You're just not. And then he was detained and he was going to get deported. And then a judge said, no, you can't keep him in jail. You have to let him out. And there's Ocasio-Cortez. He's getting out of jail, and people are cheering. He's like, Donald Trump, I'm not afraid of you. This bigot, my view, based on his commentaries, is out there crowing, I can do whatever I want. And at the election of Mamdani, he was there. I think it was him. He was there with like Mehdi Hassan and a bunch of other, I believe, anti-American voices. Certainly anti-freedom voices, as I see it. Well, Third Circuit Court of Appeals, 3-judge panel, did not rule on whether the Trump administration and trying to remove him from the country is constitutional or not. That was not the subject. He's a lawful permanent resident. He's not a citizen. There's a difference. But in a 2-1 decision, they ruled that the federal judge who said let him out of jail, this federal judge from New Jersey, didn't have the jurisdiction to decide the matter. What federal law requires is that the case fully move through the immigration courts first. And at that moment, Khalil can then engage a challenge of the decision. That scheme ensures that petitioners get just one bite at the apple, not 0 or 2. But it also means that some petitioners, like Khalil, will have to wait to seek relief for allegedly unlawful government conduct. And I believe, and I think we saw this from Secretary Rubio, I believe he should be detained. And if they want to engage deportation, go right ahead. The courts have done a pretty good job of showing these activist judges that your work only works in a short term. Eventually, it gets to grown-ups, and the grown-ups reverse your absolutely political positions and decisions. Now, this is a good reason to talk about getting rid of judges, shutting down courts. Remember, the only court that we have is the Supreme Court via the Constitution. Everything else is at the direction of Congress. And if it can be created, it can be taken away. I'm a believer in the taking away. There are others who have argued, no, the answer is twice as many courts. And that way, you have more opportunities to get things remedied faster from these activists. Maybe the answer should be, how about we just get rid of the activist judges, which I would also accept. So that's one story. The other story is about racist California. In racist California, they did something so horrible that Indiana Democrats are going to be outraged, and they are going to go to the state capitol right now and be engaged in full-on protest. It turns out the congressional maps that they said we're going to now engage to fight what Texas did on redistricting are a case of racial gerrymandering. Federal Judge Kenneth Lee noted his concerns about race being a factor in a dissent. It was a panel of judges voted 2-1. California sullied its hands with this sordid business when it engaged in racial gerrymandering as part of its mid-decade congressional redistricting plan to add 5 more Democratic House seats. But Tony, it was the dissent, so therefore the map was upheld. Well, it was upheld by bigots. You see the problem. And so Democrats should be with me. Bigots upheld a map that was put forward utilizing racist gerrymandering. We can't have that. My God, this is terrible. We can't have any of this. So I need the Democrats to show up at the Capitol and be opposed to what California's doing. I can't wait for them to show up. I mean, already they're getting activated. This is actually a live listen to the Democrats organizing to fight back against this bigotry right now. Yep. That's about right. They didn't believe it when they said it. But now that we have a judge stating so, oh, that judge can't be taken seriously. We should have redistricted. I don't know, maybe it'll come back. We missed a moment. Republicans. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, checking out I-70 in Hendricks County. There is a crash between State Road 39 and State Road 267. And right now we are looking at the left lane block going eastbound. The westbound side is going to be slow through this crash, but all lanes are open. So be ready to navigate that if you're heading towards Indianapolis this morning from Hendricks County and you're taking 70 past State Road 267. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight, and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking with Hypnosis, guaranteed only $59.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 8 p.m. And Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
It's frustrating when you're on the phone and the other person keeps saying, "Sorry, can you say that again?" You slow down. You speak louder, and still, they can't hear you. For many Hoosiers who are deaf, hard of hearing, deaf-blind, or have speech disability, that frustration turns into stress or even anger every single day. Relay Indiana helps take that tension out of the conversation. It's a free statewide service that connects phone calls through trained relay operators, making sure both sides are heard clearly and respectfully. Relay Indiana also offers real-time captioning for meetings and conference calls. You shouldn't feel upset just trying to be understood. Learn more at relayindiana.com. That's relayindiana.com, and stay connected.
Indiana winters are when serious plumbing problems show up. Frozen pipes, no hot water, backed up drains. Indiana winters deserve a real local Indiana plumber. Hey, it's Denny Smith, and at my house I use LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. Real local people answering your call who live, work, and play here. And they're specialists. All they do is water. Call the company I trust, LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, 317-927-7186, ldsmithplumbing.com.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hey Hoosier fans, this is your head coach, Kurt Signetti. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I highly recommend the exclusive partner of IU Athletics, True Blood Real Estate. They're an Indiana-owned company with beautiful offices across the state. True Blood is a tech-driven company that provides their clients with a winning game plan, which is exactly why they are our exclusive partner. If you're looking to buy or sell, call True Blood Real Estate. Go IU.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Coming up in 2 minutes on this Friday morning, cops are trying to connect the dots on a pair of Indianapolis shootings. What a Hoosier political leader is saying about the U.S. military in Venezuela, how lawmakers are paving the way for another NFL team in Indiana, and what IU fans are saying about Monday's title game after Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
The anti-ICE protests rage on. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News in Minneapolis again last night. Outside an immigration detention center following two recent ICE-involved shootings.
Protesters were seen bashing into the fence outside of the federal facility last night. Some were seen scaling the fence. Protesters and agitators were demonstrating against law enforcement for most of the day yesterday, leading up to a tense night. A group of patriots also showed up to counter-protest at the federal building yesterday, which led to some clashes.
Fox's Matt Finn in Minneapolis. President Trump's threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act and send federal troops to Minneapolis. He also plans to cut off federal funding to sanctuary states and communities. And here's another one in California.
The San Jose City Council voting unanimously to ban immigration and customs enforcement agents from using the parking areas of 75 community centers and libraries and 11 city garages and lots as staging or operational bases. The policy also calls for signs stating these locations are off limits for immigration enforcement operations.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. The U.S. is sending an aircraft carrier to the Middle East after the president threatened to take action in Iran over a deadly crackdown on protests. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reports.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN Michael Waltz said President Trump stands with the Iranian people and that all options remain on the table.
The regime is solely responsible for the economic misery of the Iranian people and the repression of their freedom, and they will be held accountable.
President Trump met at the White House in private with Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, who gifted him the Nobel Peace Prize she was awarded last month. Fox's Rachel Campos-Duffy talked to Machado.
In spite of the Nobel Prize Committee saying that you couldn't transfer your Nobel Prize to anyone, especially President Trump, you did today. Why did you do that? Because he deserves it.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
For now, the only connection is that they happened on the same block. Downtown Indianapolis has a clear radar over it. Temperatures at 25 degrees, but it feels like it's 11 degrees out there. A high of 38. Light snow possible as two fast-moving systems move across central Indiana later today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Two people were injured in an early morning shooting on Indianapolis's near northeast side. It happened just after 1 o'clock along North Colorado Avenue, which is just off of 34th and Sherman. When the cops got there, they found two people hit. Both were taken to the hospital, and both are alive. As far as we know, this comes a day after another shooting on the same block early Thursday. A man was badly injured while he was playing cards when a gun went off. The cops haven't said whether the two shootings are connected. Should the U.S. military be heavily involved in what's going on in Venezuela?
That's a question that Indiana Republican Senator Todd Young did his best to answer on Thursday while speaking on the Senate floor. I'm John Herrick.
I strongly believe that any such commitment of U.S. forces in Venezuela must be subject to debate and authorization in Congress.
He also went on to say that a drawn-out campaign in Venezuela involving the American military, even if unintended, would be the opposite of President Trump's goal of ending foreign entanglements. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may recall when Indiana Governor Mike Braun said this during his State of the State Wednesday.
U.S. steel is growing. The Whiting refinery is expanding. And with our strong business environment, it's not surprising that another organization has noticed that Indiana is open for business, the Chicago Bears.
Well, Indiana lawmakers are considering a proposal aimed at luring the Chicago Bears across the state line. The plan would establish a new stadium authority in northwest Indiana to secure and finance the land. The Bears have shown interest in the region as they look for a replacement for Soldier Field. Excitement and pride are two things former IU football players are feeling as they watch this current team on its journey, and it culminates in Miami Monday with the national title game against Miami. Chris Ditto played quarterback under head coach Bill Mallory.
I know, speaking for foreign players, we take such pride in listening to the guys talk and how they speak about the team and how they play on the field.
And Ditto says Curt Cignetti's team, like Mallory's teams from the 90s, is all about we, not the I or the me. A win in the college football national championship game would be something IU fans would remember forever. That's what one fan said Thursday while standing in a long line outside Simon Scott Assembly Hall waiting for a commemorative towel.
As we talk to other fans, they always say, you never know what it's like to lose forever for such a long history, right, of losses. And you can be a gracious fan, but it's about time we got to be a spirited fan.
There'll be lots of people waving those towels, and that woman speaking to Wish TV. The towel is bright red with IU's white logo in the center, and it reads, "Never daunted, fast, physical, and relentless." I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com, always relentless traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at eastbound 70 at Hendricks County. It is a crash approaching State Road 267. It's actually right between State Road 39 and 267. Left lane is closed on that eastbound side right now. We have a delay because of this crash going westbound 70 like you're heading out to Terre Haute. So be ready to navigate that as you make your way in today. Looking at northbound 65 south side, crash on the left shoulder before 465, and we are slow back to Edgewood Avenue. Northbound 65 slows again, Raymond Street into the south split. It is construction. South side crash, Southport Road at I-69. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunken drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We do have some spotty snow showers possible on and off throughout the day. The first wave now in the southeastern part of the state, but some slick spots possible early this morning with the snow that we had very early. Some more snow showers possible right around the midday hours, and then scattered snow showers later this evening. All said and done, minor accumulations up to about an inch. Today, breezy 37, down to 23 tonight. And then over the weekend, it stays cold. Highs only near 26 on Saturday, 23 on Sunday, and early Monday morning, single-digit readings with wind chill values likely below zero. Highs only near 18 on Monday afternoon.
That's some cold stuff right there.
I know.
Right? That's just... yeah. Luckily, it all gets better for the end of that week when you get to see Tara Hastings live. Trump 1 year later, Red Tie Gala, pouring you bourbon. We've got it all set up. We've got the place for you. You ready to do this?
I am. That's not it, Carl.
See? Every day. All day. This is what I get. This is it.
I'm assuming you're not going to have, like, mixing. You're going to have, like, good bourbon that you just, you know.
Hold on a second. Turn off the music, producer Carl. Turn it off.
I mean, I trust you that you're going to have some good stuff.
All right, you're doing a good job of turning this around because you just asked me if I'm going to have good bourbon.
Of course you are. Okay. I mean, why do I even need to ask?
No one knows, but you did. You did throw my credibility into question.
No, I would never do that.
Carl, I got it from here, man. It's okay. I don't need backup, son. You can go wingman Matt Bear. I'm going to land this puppy on my own, okay?
Hopefully I'll be done with this cough by then.
See Tara Hastings and her cough.
Lord.
That's Saturday, January 24th. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Been loving the uptick. We've got a good size room, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we're going to this thing. And so it's going to be such a party. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. With everything that's been going on just in the last month, you don't want to miss it. The highs, the lows, how we win the midterms, going to be incredible. The past hors d'oeuvres all night, the bourbon, drink tickets, the swag. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets right now. Go to WIBC.com as well. Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Chimney Solutions Indiana, and Defiance Beef, your sponsors. good people, and Tara Hastings. And I don't think, is Marcus coming? I invited Marcus Bailey.
Yeah, I don't think, he has not said anything to me.
Yeah, he's just like, no. I'll be busy doing something with Smiley. I have no time for Tony Katz. That's it. Oh.
I know.
Killed her.
I know.
Killed her. Tara Hastings, feel better, and we'll see you on Saturday the 24th.
Yes, you bet.
25 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:10. I'll make it quick because I was a little too chatty. Tony Katz. Good to be with you, everybody. Go to TonyKatz.com, become a part of it. 2023 was an all-time high in border encounters, illegal immigration, and fentanyl deaths. In 2025, the numbers are falling rapidly. I wonder what happened. Said no one. Look what happens when you actually defend a border. Look what happens when you actually allow law enforcement to do their job. All those anti-ICE radicalized zealots are also the same group of people who think that borders should be open to begin with. We engaged a policy that said no, that actually implemented the law. Remember, no new laws were created. Laws are only being followed. And you now see the numbers dropping with a rapidness. I mean, we were over 6,000 fentanyl deaths. Over 6,000. That number is down to 2,700. Now, I want to see that number lower just like you do. We're not done, but this is incredible. This is what many people voted for. And this needs to be a part of the conversation about the midterms. They can scream and yell all they want, but some policies work. And actually being willing to enforce the law works. Also, when it comes to Mayor Joe Hogsett, there is actually a story about whether or not he's running. I'll bring that to you in the popcorn moment. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strength.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matter Show. Did you realize there is a major rule change this year that affects how you can save money for retirement? This new rule pertains to catch-up contributions and could potentially change or prevent you from making them, which could have severe repercussions on your retirement plan. Join me this weekend as we educate you on all the details and many other recent retirement planning rule and law changes. The Retirement Money Matter Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what are we looking at?
Tony, we have a crash on the south side. It's northbound 65 coming up to 465 in that construction, and the left lane is blocked. Traffic is stop and go past Edgewood Avenue, almost to Southport Road. I have a delay of 4 minutes on that. Also a crash. It is IS-70 to the east of County Road 525 East in Hendricks County, or between State Road 39 and State Road 267. Right now we have a lane restriction going eastbound. The left lane is blocked with a slowdown. Westbound lanes are really tight for about a mile and a half from the crash site. Traffic sponsor by Staples. 2026 is here, and a Staples deals mean business. Like up to $100 off custom print orders. Head into the new year looking good for less. Staples, that was easy. Ends January 31st. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. At the time is 7:16.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Bring on the popcorn moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. If it is in your four walls, you call Boer. And if you want to see their work, they are at the Indianapolis Home Show right now. Rob Boer actually sent me some of the photos of their setup. It is very, very nice. That's taking place at the fairgrounds there, the West Pavilion and Expo Hall, and our very own Boer Remodeling. They are there, so you could talk to them, see what it is that they can do, get some ideas, and then talk to them about your ideas for your kitchen, your master bathroom, your basement, whatever it may be, and tell them Tony Katz sent you, and let them help you design something great. Set your appointment, walk right up and say, hey, Tony Katz sent me, and that means I get a free foot rub. I don't know if you're going to get the foot rub, but you're going to get to talk to the best in the biz when it comes to the remodel of your kitchen, your basement, your master bathroom. They are wonderful. Boer Remodeling. Talk to them today and catch them at the home show there at the fairgrounds. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer. B-O-O-H-E-R. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I have, do I have time? Yeah, I do have time. Good. Let me give you a twofer. The first being the Nobel Prize winner, Maria Machado, who was on Fox and Friends earlier today. She met with President Trump. She is the opposition leader against Nicolas Maduro. Maduro, of course, being arrested by the United States for the drugs and trafficking and guns and a host of other things that we know he has done, not necessarily being charged with here in the United States. The regime still stands, though. Machado, thought of to be the next leader of Venezuela by some, hasn't gotten that opportunity. And there has been thoughts that the president, meaning Donald Trump, has kind of sidelined that idea. We're going to deal with the current regime as is. We're going to just deal with the people who are there. That would be Delcy Rodriguez, who is the vice president of Venezuela, but it's just like Maduro. And in a statement, a response he gave while he was sitting in the Oval Office, President Trump said this about Delcy Rodriguez.
And we'll see how it all works out. I think something will work out. Yeah.
Mr. Venezuela, Cabello, the de facto number 2 in Venezuela right now, he seemed pretty reluctant to work with the U.S. And obviously he's
they just gave us 50 million barrels of oil.
The number 2, the Venezuela security
I don't know. I know the number 1. We just had a great conversation today. And she's a terrific person. I mean, she's somebody that we've worked with very well. Marco Rubio is dealing with her. I dealt with her this morning.
She's not a terrific person. She's just like Maduro. The regime still stands, and it's not good for the Venezuelan people, nor for the Western Hemisphere. It's a great example of, these are the things he says. It's what he says. It's not an indicator of action. And I can get that it's frustrating, but we were discussing this yesterday and the day before and the week before and the month before. People have got to stop. Right? The words do have meaning. I get it. But we've seen Trump long enough. I think Ben Shapiro just had this conversation with Governor Gavin Newsom on Gavin Newsom's podcast. At what moment do you stop being ridiculous? You wish Trump wouldn't say X, Y, or Z, but he's never going to stop. You just got to know how to understand it. We're all going to pretend we don't understand things. It's silly. It is silly at this stage of the game. That is different than whether you wish he wouldn't say it, which I wish he wouldn't say it. So he says that the other day. He meets with Machado yesterday. She gives him her Nobel Peace Prize. No, Nobel Peace Prize is not transferable. She doesn't care. She gives him the whole plaque. Here you go. You deserve it. And on Fox and Friends this morning.
In spite of the Nobel Prize Committee saying that you couldn't transfer your Nobel Prize to anyone, especially President Trump, you did today. Why did you do that?
Because he deserves it. And it was a very emotional moment. I decided to present the Nobel Peace Prize medal on behalf of the people of Venezuela.
It's a gesture. It is it's a lovely gesture. And she engaged a conversation that this is actually coming full circle on an idea because it was going back to America's founding. It was the Marquis de Lafayette, as in Lafayette, who gave a medal bearing the likeness of George Washington to Simon Bolivar, who was one of the founders of modern Venezuela. And so she's like, after 200 years later, the people of Bolivar are giving back to the heir of Washington a medal. In this case, the Nobel Peace Prize medal. I mean, good history pull there. I don't know if that softens Trump to saying, hey, Machado should be in charge. I don't know. But it does set for a lot of people, I think, the realization that, oh, Trump's hated and reviled around the world. Stop it. Stop it. It's what you want to be true, and it's a gaslighting. It's not factual. Now, is it factual that Joe Hogsett isn't going to run for re-election? Bob Ostley announced he's running for mayor. Who said Joe Hogsett wasn't running for mayor? I had not heard this. I had not seen this. No one had said anything about this. And I said, I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't know anybody reporting on such a thing. Enter Rich Nye over at WTHR, because he reached out to me. He's like, hey, caught the show this morning. I did an interview with Bob Ostley, and we bring this up specifically. I said, can I share it? And he was like, yeah. Go right ahead. So this is from WTHR.com. This is Rich Nye's reporting on Bob Ostley announcing that he's running for mayor. If I could play it, that'd be awesome.
He held the role of president for 8 years. He gave up that position at the end of last year, which opened the door to this run for mayor.
We have a Democratic mayor who could seek re-election. Have you talked to the mayor about your plans, and where does he stand?
Well, I can't tell you where he stands, but I know that he and I have talked. He and I talked about some months back.
So would you be running even if he decides to run for re-election?
Well, can't say what he's going to do, but I do intend to run.
Hogsett's campaign responded, Mayor Hogsett remains focused on governing for the remaining 2 years of this term, continuing to deliver safer neighborhoods, better roads, and investments that improve the quality of life for all Indianapolis residents.
I assume that means, well, it depends on how much money I can raise. I take from that no decision at all has been made. He's going to wait and see and look and check. And as for whether or not Ryan Mears is running, the quote is, I remain focused on doing the work the people elected me to do. We would love to see you actually do any work. He continued delivering justice with integrity, prioritizing violent crime, and strengthening community safety in ways that are tough on crime and smart on justice. That commitment is backed by measurable results, including our office securing a third consecutive year of murder trial convictions rates of 90% or higher. Yeah, he may be running. Bob Bosley came in early to try and clear the field. I said I don't know if it's going to work. But Joe Hogsett, again I say, nothing there tells me he's not running. There's nothing that says he's not running. I appreciate Rich Nye sending this our way from WTHR. Very, very nice of him to do. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, looking at northbound 65 south side. Crash before 465, blocking the left shoulder. And stop-and-go traffic back to Southport Road. It's a delay of 5 minutes. Crash Hendricks County. This is eastbound 70 east of County Road 525 east, blocking the left lane. And inbound 69 slow, 96th Street down to 465. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Casey from the Kendall and Casey Show, and the cheapest available tickets to see Indiana play Miami in the national championship game starting at $2,936. Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
New Year's resolutions come and go. Big Ten wins, you earn those.
Dorn in the corner. Bingo!
Big Ten basketball means tougher defenses, louder buildings, and zero margin for error. Coach Darren DeVries has the Hoosiers ready for the work.
Our mindset has to be, regardless of shots falling, our defense has to keep us in the game.
Up next, IU versus Iowa, Saturday at 2. No fluff, no filler. Hoosier basketball on 93 WIBC.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, when it comes to restoring your hair and your confidence, picking the right team makes all the difference. At We Grow Hair Indy, some of the biggest names in sports, radio, and entertainment trust them with their hair restoration. 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, so glad I did. Call today to schedule your free consultation, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. WeGrowHairIndy.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu.
EDU, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Heating and air conditioning can be the largest investment you make in your home. Here at Family, we pride ourselves in offering many flexible options.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Protests get even angrier in Minneapolis after another ICE-involved shooting last night.
93 WIBC.
Protesters were calling law enforcement murderers.
What happens next?
Trump says he's been told that Iran stopped the killings and plans for executions.
Happens here.
The president keeps insisting the U.S. must take control of Greenland for national security.
Mike Braun praised Amazon's $15 billion data center.
Electric rates won't go up, they'll go down.
AI is going to be the key to the jobs of the future.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's still chaos in Minnesota. Downtown Indianapolis has a clear sky right now. That'll change here in a couple of hours. Temperatures at 23, wind chills making it feel colder. We're going up to 38. Light snow is possible across the area. In fact, back-to-back week systems of light snow across the area. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. People protesting outside the federal building in Minneapolis last night. Fox's Bill Malugin.
The CBP kind of SWAT guys came running out and were pushing everybody back. We saw one guy get arrested. The feds threw a gas canister. That person tried throwing it back at the feds, so they ran out and arrested him. There are two entrances to this building, and protesters are at both sides. Basically, every time the feds come in with their vehicles, they bring all the agents out to try to escort the vehicles in. And sometimes when those agents' vehicles have to slow down, you'll see some people kicking the cars, hitting the cars, and it kind of gets the crowd riled up. But for the most part, everything we've seen has been peaceful. Just a lot of yelling, a lot of signs.
And all this is happening because last week an ICE agent shot and killed a woman. And some of the rhetoric fueled by Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. President Trump is accepting a Nobel Peace Prize medal from Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who won the award last year for her work promoting democracy in Venezuela. She presented the medal to him at the White House on Thursday as a symbolic gesture of gratitude for his actions related to Venezuela. Tyler Robinson, the man accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk, returns to court today as his attorneys push to disqualify the prosecutors over a potential conflict of interest.
The defense first argues that the 18-year-old child of a deputy prosecutor attended the campus event where Charlie Kirk was shot and texted their father in the Utah County Attorney's Office to describe the chaotic scene. The defense also argues that the rush to seek the death penalty against Tyler Robinson is evidence of a, quote, strong emotional reactions by the prosecution and merits the disqualification of the entire team.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter reporting the judge is still deciding whether to ban cameras in the courtroom. Robinson has not entered a plea yet. 18-year-old Eddie Jones is set to be sentenced this morning in a Hendricks County courtroom for the crash that killed Indiana State Trooper Aaron Smith. Prosecutors have agreed to sentence him to 40 years, but not before speaking with Smith's family. Changes are coming to the Stars and Stripes newsroom as the Pentagon takes more control of the publication.
Congress passed a law in 1994 meant to protect Stars and Stripes' independence from editorial interference. Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell on social media says it's changing the paper's coverage to focus on things like weapon systems, fitness, and lethality, no more what the statement calls woke distractions. And the Pentagon says it will generate half of Stars and Stripes content. About half the paper's budget comes from the military. The rest comes from selling ads, subscriptions, printing services, and merchandise. The first Stars and Stripes was published during the Civil War. It's been published steadily since World War II, read primarily by members of the military and their families stationed around the world.
And that's Fox News reporter Chris Foster reporting in D.C. this morning. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. IU Hoosiers tight end Riley Nowakowski talks about moving from Wisconsin to Bloomington and how head coach Curt Cignetti's work turning around a struggling program influenced his decision to play for the Hoosiers.
Once I got into the transfer portal, and then I started obviously just kind of looking at college football as a whole, and as you kind of do at the end of the season, you just kind of figure out, where everybody ended up, and, kind of how everything shook out, and I really was like, oh wow, like that's really something special, to turn that team around like that.
All right, let me put this in perspective for you. A few years ago, the Hoosiers only won 3 games. They're on the cusp of a 16-0 season. They play the national title against Miami Monday night. President Trump is expected at Monday night's game in South Florida as his 18-year-old granddaughter Kai has committed to play Division I golf at the University of Miami. Trump has not picked a side either way. The Indiana Pacers close out their 4-game homestand tonight hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. College basketball tomorrow. IU plays Iowa. Butler is at Seton Hall. And number 5, Purdue is in L.A. to take on USC. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's shaking, Matt Bear?
Yeah, looking at the south side, right. It's northbound 65 approaching 465. Crash blocking the left shoulder and causing stop-and-go traffic back to Southport Road for delay of 5 minutes. After that, on northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic following South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Westbound 70 is jammed in Hendricks County. This starts a couple of miles after State Road 267, and we have a crash there, and it's affecting both sides of the interstate right now. Those westbound lanes are awfully bad right now. You might want to consider using US 40 instead. Inbound 69 delayed 6 minutes, 106th Street to 465. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
The delegates argued deep into the night. Outside, snow fell on a city divided. Inside Independence Hall, a quiet revolution was unfolding within the revolution itself.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later.
January 16th, 1776. Congress approved the enlistment of free black men into the Continental Army. Many had already fought bravely at Lexington and Bunker Hill, but now their service was formally recognized. Thousands would join the ranks. Soldiers whose courage stood as living proof that liberty could not belong to one race alone, and pushed a young nation toward the ideals it had written, but not yet lived.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Sponsored by Trump. 1 year later, an evening of insight, conversation, and bourbon with Tony Katz. Tickets available at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace. Yeah, I don't think I could drink out of this. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. It is all there on the marketplace. I bring it to you, presented by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it, IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Your money is waiting for you. It's from that dividend. It's from that final paycheck refund. They didn't know where to send it. It's with the Attorney General's office. It should be with you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov to get your cash. Matt Bear, I know that you are a man who wakes up every morning and you fell asleep with your 17 bowls of oatmeal, and you wake up and you're like, I need a spot of tea.
Yes.
You're a tea guy. Like an Earl Grey or a Jasmine. What kind of tea do you do?
I used to drink an assortment of teas. Now I just drink coffee for the most part. But tea is fun.
What?
Tea is good. Yeah, I gave up all the tea.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you quite literally spill the tea down the drain?
Yes, I did. I threw it out of the harbor. Yeah. And we had a big celebration.
So now you're a coffee man. By the way, I still have some bags of Road Rage and Joyride. I'm going to give those away to some people there at Trump 1 year later, January 24th. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Oh, and we have an opportunity to win tickets that's coming. It's going to be so cool because you also get the hotel room and the parking and the everything else. I've said too much. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. It's going to be so great. So I have here, Matt Bear, for your coffee. It's a coffee mug for a cowboy, they say.
Oh, yeah.
And on one side, it says, hit the road. This is no bowl. And it's like this orange kind of glaze. It's very 70s looking. And on the other side, it's the back of a bowl. So the handle ends up looking like the tail, and then it's a butt.
I see what's going on here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the butt cheeks look like pancakes against a glass window. Very flat, and then you got to have the tail as the handle and everything. I mean, it's funny. It's fun. You know, I don't know if I'm taking it to work, but you're supposed to be a cowboy for this, right?
Yeah, somehow a cowboy is going to drink out of a mug that is shaped like a bull's butt.
And then what is the coffee supposed to be inside the cup? I mean, is that the bowl, whatever? I don't understand it. It's just, it's a goofy cup. It's a silly cup. You know, you drink it like a silly cup, you know.
Matt, the coffee is still the coffee. You poured it in.
Oh, okay.
The coffee doesn't magically change. The cup is not a sorcerer. It's just a vessel to bring liquids to the lips.
Cowboy sorcerer.
By the way, that is the name of my new television show, coming soon to Hulu.
The pilot's already in production.
Cowboy sorcerer?
Yep.
Well, I'm just stealing that, and in this conversation never happened.
I love it.
Cowboy sorcerer.
That's
is
fun.
So awesome. Screw Percy Jackson. Cowboy sorcerer. Cowboy sorcerer would kick Harry Potter's butt up and down Hogwarts.
It sounds like an indie rock band from like Louisiana or something, you know.
Cowboy sorcerer, yes.
Yeah, you know, kind
of
a
for a band
southern
too.
It's got to get that indie feel, that indie appeal, and everything. Cowboy sorcerer coming soon.
Also a good name for a coffee company. Cowboy sorcerer.
It would be fun. You wouldn't even have to market.
How did I not think of this?
I don't know. Good thing we had the marketplace.
The mug is $12. You in or you out?
I'm out.
Yeah,
it's fun. I don't want it.
It's cash only, exact change only, no bills over $20. Hold on. What? If it's exact change only, how can I give you a $20 for a $12 item?
I think we're getting a little getting into the weeds there, Cowboy Sorcerer.
Yeah. Honestly, Cowboy Sorcerer is the greatest. There's nothing better. That's fantastic. Fantastic. The mug is there at the Facebook Marketplace. You should check it out. And then get your tickets, and you'll see Matt Bear for Trump 1 year later. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I am loving it. Everybody's like, wait a second. It's next weekend? Man, we got to get our tickets. It's been cool. I cannot wait to see everybody. I'm working overtime for you. It's going to be an amazing event. I cannot wait to see you. Come have a party with us. Come have a party with us. Matt Bear will be there. No guarantees of Matt Bear. Matt Bear is scheduled to appear.
I'll be there.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, looking forward to it. Very much.
Matt Bear will be there.
Yeah, see you there. See you there,
We're
everybody.
done. Yep. In a red tie.
Well, I don't know about that.
We'll make that happen.
I don't know about that.
Tickets.TonyKatz.com or WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indianapolis real estate market is strong, but it's not easy. And that's where the difference is. You need somebody who can help you find your way and navigate your way through it. You need an aggressively marketed home and someone who knows how to aggressively market. That is Mark Dietel Realty. Perhaps you're worried that in a challenging market, you won't sell your home for the price it's worth. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick a move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Neil in Indianapolis said, I had already moved, listed my old home with an agent friend for 60 days. Not happy. I decided to evaluate the Mark Dietel marketing plan, and I switched. To my relief, after about 15 days on the market, the Mark Dietel team sold my home as is for the price I needed. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold, or he will buy it. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Another ICE-involved shooting last night.
93 WIBC.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Protesters were calling law enforcement murderers.
What happens next?
Trump says he's been told that Iran stopped the killings and plans for executions.
Happens here.
The president keeps insisting the U.S. must take control of Greenland for national security.
Mike Braun praised Amazon's $15 billion data center.
Electric rates won't go up, they'll go down.
AI is going to be the key to the jobs of the future.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
All right, Tony, northbound 65 on the south side approaching 465. That is a crash backing us up to Southport Road for a delay of 5 minutes. After that, we slow down again on northbound 65. This is stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. On the east side, northbound 465 slow from 70 up to Penn Pike. Hendricks County, westbound 70 stop for about 3 miles after State Road 267. That's because of a crash, and the eastbound lane's affected as well. No delay on the eastbound side. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21+.
KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
You remember that ball game we went to a couple years ago?
Sure.
And how you didn't have enough cash for 2 hot dogs, so you walked with me on your shoulders until we found an ATM? And then when we got back to our seats, we never saw the hot dog guy again.
Well, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
You never know which moments will be the ones they'll remember forever. So take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Been crushing the bumper music today. Absolutely crushing it. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Just a quick note that sometimes people say things that they don't mean. And it's because they see a value in it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And the value that they see is dollars, opportunity, etc. Very often when you hear people on, online, a video series, blogging, or whatever it is, people who disagree with them will say, oh, they're just grifters, right? Everybody gets called a grifter in every single way. Oh, they don't believe it. It's just their way of making money. It's a way to denigrate. It's a way to attack it. I get these attacks. You may have gotten these attacks. Other people get these attacks. There are such things as grifters out there. People who engage a promotion of name the subject for something that gets returned to them. They do it for a profit motive. Now, some people they have a job and they work, and of course they're making money from it. That's not my objection. The objection is when you're engaged in something is valueless, is snake oil, we've got 100 names for these things, that is a fraud, that you want other people to live a certain way that you don't live. Now, that's not true of me in the slightest. I think everybody should live the way I live. They should be happily married. They should be having great steaks, enjoying a drink if they choose, and smoking a cigar if they choose. And they don't have to have any of those things. You live your life your way, which is the entire thesis of my life. But you don't impinge on the way other people live. You don't abuse children. You recognize that there's a right and a wrong in the world, and that's it. And you also recognize that ain't nothing perfect. And this idea that people think they can create perfection through, especially as we see through this socialism and communism, there's no perfection. It's control, and it's destructive. In the main, I don't believe that one person should be able to control another person. And government is about control, which is why I like the least amount of government possible. I'm a liberty guy, not a freedom guy. I accept the fact that I start with we should have guardrails, which I think create a better life. Then there's Kamala Harris. No, I'm not going to do the laugh. No. I don't understand why you think I would do that to you. Why in the world, after all this time, would I add a Kamala Harris laugh to this story? We're done with her. She's finished. It's over. We don't have to think about her again. But when we're talking about the grift, Kamala Harris recently bought a house. Kamala Harris, as you know, on the political left, ran for vice president without ever getting a vote in a primary. Ran for president without ever getting a vote in a primary, got nominated to be the vice president without ever getting a vote in a primary. So still no votes in a primary. Both things apply. She was all about the green. She was all about the regulations going after gas stoves. She was all about how you should live your life. She just bought an $8.2 million seaside mansion. She's laughing at all those progressives who bought in and thought that she really cared. Sea levels are going to rise, and Barack Obama is living in Martha's Vineyard, wherever it is he's living. Is it on Nantucket? I do not know. It's somewhere with a lot of waterfront. These people are unserious. How can they do for themselves? You go live in fear. There are kids who still, right now, as we speak, live in fear of climate change. Look what you did to these kids, to these people. You made them change their lives. You made them think that it was somehow proper and good to what, not run air conditioning in the summer, to, I got to get the electric car even though I can't afford it, and sea levels are going to rise, and we're all going to drown. Al Gore told me so, and Al Gore invented the internet, so he must be right. Disgusting fraudsters. That is the grift. Do what I say, not what I do. Guys, I've made a million mistakes in my life, and I guarantee you that I will make a million more. I guarantee it, because life is like that. It's not that I want to, it's that it'll happen. Every word I say, every single one, I believe and I live by. When I make a mistake, I say so. That isn't true of Kamala Harris. The sea levels aren't going up, that it's going to just overtake the globe and overtake the nation. But she sits on a political side that pushed that on kids every day to engage fear and indoctrination. And you have to vote for us because those terrible Republicans want you to drown and die. Kids, she lied. Every step of the way, she lied. So when she thinks about running for political office again, remember this moment. Her $8.2 million seaside home. And don't you dare give that grifter your vote or your respect. Matt Bear has traffic.
Down 65, northbound 65 on the south side, crash before 465 on the left shoulder. And stop and go traffic back to Southmore Road, a 6-minute delay. After that, northbound 65 grinds from South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Westbound 70 Hendricks County, this is a crash after State Road 267, and we're backed up several miles from that crash site. I'd consider 40 instead. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds, and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day, and nothing worked until Mark Patrick hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings. January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. Or January 31st, Holiday Inn Express Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. From frozen pipes and sewer backups to your teenager pleading ignorance on the proper use of a plunger. At Michaelis, they know that water damage waits for no one. Their fleet of trucks is, well, fleet. Over 3 decades of finding the source of the problem, then cleaning up, drying out, and restoring your home or business to better than new condition. That's Michaelis, fully licensed and insured, and fully empathetic to your anxiety, including dealing with insurance claims. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PA Jewelers.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
There's one name for every home system: Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
Oil lights never come on at a good time. You've got enough to juggle, so let Take 5 handle it. Drive in, stay in your car, and roll out in 10 minutes. No waiting room, no stress, just fast, friendly service. Visit take5.com today to find your nearest shop.
Protests get even angrier in Minneapolis after another ICE-involved shooting last night.
93 WIBC.
Protesters were calling law enforcement murderers.
What happens next?
Trump says he's been told that Iran stopped the killings and plans for executions.
Happens here.
The president keeps insisting the U.S. must take control of Greenland for national security.
Mike Braun praised Amazon's $15 billion data center.
Electric rates won't go up, they'll go down.
AI is going to be the key to the jobs of the future.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up in 2 minutes on this Friday morning, what brought police to Indianapolis's northeast side early this morning, what's happening in Hendricks County Courthouse in about an hour, and what a former IU quarterback is saying about the current team and the current head coach after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
He deserves it. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's why Maria Corina Machado, a Venezuelan opposition activist, gave the Nobel Peace Prize. She was awarded last month to President Trump at their private meeting at the White House, telling Fox's Rachel Campos-Duffy.
I decided to present the Nobel Peace Prize medal on behalf of the people of Venezuela.
The president thanked Machado in a Truth Social post, calling it a wonderful gesture of mutual respect.
Still, President Trump is not pushing for Machado to lead Venezuela. Instead, he and senior administration officials say they are working well with Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, who served as vice president under Nicolas Maduro before his capture by the U.S. earlier this month.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, where Fox's Aisha Hasni also has an update on potential U.S. action the president has threatened over Iran's deadly crackdown on protests.
We are learning from military sources that the U.S. is sending at least one aircraft carrier to that region right now. Meanwhile, Axios is reporting that the director of Israel's spy agency, Mossad, flew in today to the U.S. for talks with White House envoy Steve Witkoff about Iran.
Now to Minneapolis, where protests raged again last night, angry over recent ICE-involved shootings that clashed with federal officers who used tear gas. And Fox's Matt Finn reports from Minneapolis.
Immigration agents are doing targeted enforcements and traffic enforcements all around the city. It's happening pretty much all day long. And a lot of time, those agents are met with protests and agitators. The backdrop to all that, at the same time, the established protest location is that federal facility that ICE is using as a detention center.
In the protest Wednesday night, 2 federal vehicles were broken into, body armor, weaponry stolen. The FBI has a reward up to $100,000 for info leading to arrest and recovery of what was stolen. Director Kash Patel says a gang member has been taken into custody. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The sound of gunshots along an Indianapolis city block. Downtown Indianapolis has clear skies this morning, 23 degrees. A slight wind chill, making it feel like it's 13 degrees. Highs today at 38. The snow from overnight has moved towards Cincinnati. There's another chance for light snow later today into tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Exercise Inc. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Early this morning, around 1:15, the cops responded to a report of shots fired along North Colorado Avenue. That's on the city's northeast side by 34th and Sherman. And when they got there, they found 2 people had been shot. They were taken to the hospital. Both people are alive. This comes less than 24 hours after another shooting in the same area where a man was injured playing a card game, a gun discharged, but police have not determined whether the 2 shootings are connected. This morning, 18-year-old Eddie Jones is being sentenced in Hendricks County Court for killing Indiana State Trooper Aaron Smith. He's expected to receive a 40-year prison sentence. Trooper Smith was killed in June of 23 trying to stop a stolen car with stop sticks along Ronald Reagan Parkway. Jones was driving that car when he hit Smith, and coverage of the sentence online and on air at WIBC and WIBC.com all afternoon long. Indiana Republican Senator Todd Young said Thursday that the U.S. government needs to be careful about getting too involved with Venezuela.
And I believe that a drawn-out campaign in Venezuela involving the American military, even if unintended, would be the opposite of President Trump's goal of ending foreign entanglements.
And Young said any such commitment of U.S. forces in Venezuela must be subject to debate and authorization in Congress. A former IU football player says he is filled with joy as he watches this current IU team get ready for a national title game against Miami Monday. Here's John Herrick.
Chris Ditto was a quarterback at Indiana from 1992 to 1996 under head coach Bill Mallory, who died in 2018. Ditto says Mallory would have gotten along great with the current head coach, Curt Cignetti.
It's just an incredible thing to witness, to see this team play so together and put the team first, which is exactly how Coach Mallory, that was his culture, and that's what he believed in.
Ditto says anytime there's a big play with this team, they're not out there celebrating by themselves. They're immediately looking for their teammates to hug and congratulate. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
NBA basketball downtown tonight as the Indiana Pacers look to finish off their 4-game homestand on a positive note when they hopefully beat the New Orleans Pelicans. Head coach Rick Carlisle says it has to be a different effort than the one they had against the other night against the Toronto Raptors.
Really just a level of physical posture, level of collective will, attitude. It's 48 minutes. We didn't get it done.
And coverage of Pacers basketball starts at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. Tip-off at 7 o'clock at Cambridge Fieldhouse. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
East side, northbound 465, shy of Penn Pike. That is a crash blocking the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop-and-go after Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Henry County, eastbound 70 after State Road 109, a jackknife semi-trailer blocking the right lane, causing a backup of about 2.5 miles. Hendricks County, westbound 70 jammed after State Road 267 for about 3 miles because of a crash. Traffic sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What are we feeling?
Hey, good morning. It is a bit chilly out there. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Some more scattered snow showers possible around the midday hour. And then we're also going to see a few spotty snow showers later on this evening. Up to an inch of accumulation is possible, so could see a few slick spots. 37 degrees for the high today, down to 23 tonight, and temps really don't rebound all that much over the weekend. A bitter blast of air moves in. 26 Saturday. 23 on Sunday, and as you are waking up early Monday morning, we will see temperatures into the single digits, maybe wind chill values below 0, and highs on Monday, 18.
That's terrible.
I know. You know my favorite part is about this cold air?
I don't.
My hands feeling like sandpaper. So dry. And I'm washing them 18 million times. It's just
I just want to be clear. That's your favorite part.
I was being facetious.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. Really not favorite.
So you lied to us.
Yes.
Huh.
I was trying to be witty and funny.
Okay.
There we go. Coughing. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Accept your apology.
That was perfect. That was
Yeah.
use of that.
That's right.
Buckle up, baby.
Damn straight we will. Come meet Sandpaper Hands Tara Hastings at Trump. 1 year later, a red tie gala. We're going to let her pour the bourbon, but her hands will just saw right through the bottles. My gosh, you would She was a lumberjack working in a communist prison camp. Tara Hastings live at Trump 1 year later, a red tie gala. Tickets.TonyKatz.com or WIBC.com and get your chance to meet Tara Hastings. Leather gloves will be provided so you can shake her hand, and even afterwards, we will have a plastic surgeon on the standby to take care of any scars.
That was good.
Yeah, that's why they pay me. That right there. That's it.
Yep, that was good.
Everything else is like whatever, but that's
That
why
was
that's why I get the medium bucks.
Oh, good.
That's it. Gotta run, Tara. Gotta run. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you. Right now, we've got ourselves 24 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 8:09. So the steps are being taken to try and bring the Chicago Bears to Indiana. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. There was language put into a bill that would create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority. And it would be authorized to acquire land, finance capital improvements, and enter into leases with private entities, including NFL teams. There is no saying that this is going to happen, but I have to take umbrage with the people who are opposed to the idea. If you told me that Indiana was going to foot the bill for $1 billion stadium, I would agree. No. If you tell me that we should engage investments that help bring a team here that is going to bring financial opportunity to the surrounding area, yeah, because those investments make perfect sense. We are the state that said, build it and they will come. We built a stadium with no team on the horizon. The Bears moving out of Chicago because Illinois is impossible is a fantastic steal. Now, the chat room is saying, I'm done paying for something that does not benefit me. This is where I push back. I reject that idea. I reject the idea that these pro teams don't benefit us. We can discuss the payment of Lucas Oil Stadium and the funding of Lucas Oil Stadium all we want. And I won't disagree on a great number of things about maybe how things were done, about how those dollars got spent and who was asked to foot the bill. I will tell you that if we are to believe that Indiana as a whole is not better off because the Colts are here, I would laugh at those people. That's just not true. So why would we engage something that isn't true? If we want to be about smart growth, I'm there. What we get in Indiana, and I must push back, is the idea of no growth. Somehow growth is the problem. Somehow growth is the enemy. How does it happen? We are in competition with other states. Does that mean we should give away the farm? No. Does it mean we should be smart and tactical and proactive? Yes. And yet I will still get, well, we don't need the growth. We're fine the way we are. I put forth to you that we are not fine the way we are. That is a flawed vision. And here's where I believe the flaw exists. When the moment comes where we're no longer fine, how do you then ramp yourself up to compete? Do I think that is cause for Elevate Ventures to use the people's dollars to invest in companies and picking winners and losers? No, I don't. And I know Elevate Ventures disagrees with me, and this has been discussed, and it'll get discussed again. But do we want to have venture capital here and being investing in businesses here and creating growth here where we have businesses that grow businesses that, yes. How do we attract that venture capital and get those people out of San Francisco and out of New York and here? Not their politics. I'm talking about the dollars and the opportunity to invest. How does that happen? Just because magic? The answer to both of those is no. It happens because we offer something. It happens because we invest. It happens because we see a vision and we state it. Which is why I have said, for all the people who are like, oh, we can't have data centers, fine. What do you want? You want to be the state that says no to data centers? I'm cool with that. What do we want? Now we want to say no to data centers and no to the bears? At some moment, everybody's just being too damn negative for words, and they're unserious, and we should push them aside and ask ourselves what it is we want. You say no to data centers. You say no to the bears. What else are you saying no to? Wait, let me push that all to the side. What are you saying yes to? If we're talking about investments to the infrastructure to help Lake County grow, I benefit. We're better off. 1,000%. We all benefit. Competition is good. The better Fort Wayne does, the better we can do. And it should hopefully lead to better elections where we get better leadership that engages a better fight to get the better result. Every time Carmel and Fishers and Zionsville create something on the entertainment side, downtown Indianapolis has to fight. And the same thing is true with Greenwood. The same thing is true when Hendrix Live happens, Indianapolis has to say, okay, now we're going to lose those concerts. Now we have to fight even harder. That means they get better, stronger, faster. Good. Do we all of a sudden think that competition is a bad thing? The fact that Indianapolis hasn't reacted has led to the growth of all these other places. And is hurting Indianapolis. That's the result. Let's go get the Bears. Now, is it really going to happen? I would say the odds are 8%. But should we be afraid of trying? Hell no. Not for a second. And I'm in. As long as we're not building a stadium, as long as we're not spending dollars to build the stadium, they're building the stadium. I would tell any member of the General Assembly working on this, put me in, coach. How can I help? Tell me if you agree or disagree on Twitter X at Tony Katz. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 at Henry County. That's a crash well after State Road 109. And right now, a jackknife semi-trailer blocking the right lane and causing stop-and-go traffic for about 2 miles. Also on the east side, crash northbound 465 approaching Penn Pike. Slow 270. South side, northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split. And in Hendricks County, crash clear I-70 near County Road 525. Those westbound lanes finally clearing out a little bit. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 26 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real result. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood. Now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Here are just a few hot buys going on in January. Lift chairs starting at $5.99. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $4.99. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses, $71 per month. Smith Brothers sofas, $18.99. Up to 25% off all outdoor furniture. Reclining sofas starting at $6.99. Salem's Monday, free delivery, Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
If the new year means it's time for new flooring in your home, Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get you new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
The governor took to the podium, delivering the state of the state, and said, look at the success and look at how strong we are and everything is going great and my economic vision's working and this is working and look what we're doing with education and way to go, Katie Jenner, the Secretary of Education, and we're going to work on affordability. Well, this has been the conversation for the last year. What results does the governor point to, and what concerns does the governor truly address in a proactive way? Tony Katz, good to be with you. Governor Mike Braun joins me right now, governor of the great state of Indiana. And, sir, I gave kudos to the speech because it looked to me like you were upbeat. And I have seen a whole bunch of these speeches seem rather dour. Certainly it could be just former Governor Holcomb's speaking pattern. I thought it was just a little more brisk and bright. But the affordability conversation, which was a major focus of your speech, is a hard one for Hoosiers to swallow because they still look at property taxes and say, what the heck is going on here? Everything has become more expensive. What in the world has this General Assembly done to me? So before we get into anything else affordability, how does the conversation work when Hoosiers are having a far different experience than what is being promised?
Tony, I think that's pretty simple. And we've been a year from the administration that gave us 25% inflation over 22, 3, and 4. That's the new baseline. That doesn't go away. You produce more of stuff and you make it easier to do so. You can bring prices down. And, we're in that 2.5% to 3% range on inflation, and 2% is considered as good as you get. So I think we got to be better at articulating why it happened in the first place. And gosh, when the Democrats try to claim the mantle of affordability, they're faster footed than we are generally at the national level. We got to make sure that doesn't sink in. What we can do state by state, I think, is going to be easier to flesh out than what you can do nationally. Remember, only through reconciliation there, or you got to get 60 senators to agree to it, and hell of a third of the Republicans that are in our U.S. Senate aren't for fiscal conservative principles. So here, property taxes, yes, that was the hue and cry that I listened to through the whole campaign. Got SB 1. They gutted the bill. It took us nearly the entire session to end up with what we've got. Many don't think it was enough. And, of course, the loudest voices I'm contending with now thinks it went way too far, mostly Republicans that run local government. So that, to me, is the best way to generally look at it. The first issue we've been able to get out in front of, to where we didn't inherit the issue with bills already in process, like January of 25, would be utilities. And I've been very clear there. Replace the Office of Utility Counselor with Abby Gray. Her first response is, you're not getting an increase, you're getting a 10% decrease, would be my recommendation.
Forgive my interruption, sir.
Go ahead.
Utilities is a fine conversation, and pushing for decreases and things that have happened are fine, but I do want to get back to this. I want you to hear me. Yeah. The argument is not about what has happened on the federal level. We have a Republican supermajority. We did not cut property taxes. At least that's what people feel. They look at what happened and say, what in the world is the point here? My prices are going up. I'm paying a crazy amount. And the argument back can't be, well, utilities. On the property tax issue, Tony, if we talk about affordability, When do they see it become affordable?
I hear you, but when it comes to property taxes, $1.5 billion over the next 3 years, 2/3 of homeowners will see lower property tax bills this year, and that made it through by 2 votes in the Senate. So that's property taxes.
And I've heard people discuss this, that we're going to see it lower. The mechanism for that
and
working.
We will.
When do people see that?
Well, your property tax bills don't come out until May and November. So you will see it this May. That was done last year. You pay your bills a year later from when you get, when they come up with property taxes. That is pay the year after. So none of that has shown up yet. It does. And then over the next 5 years, homes, farm ground, multifamily housing graduates into a 2/3 exemption. So, no, we didn't get it in the year because it didn't go into effect until this year. That will be meaningful on when it comes to utilities. I replaced 3 of the 5 commissioners as rate payer conscious. I've told the hyperscalers, if you want a data center, you're paying for all the electrons you need, and you're going to put more on the grid, and we'll straddle that issue well. And when it comes to healthcare costs, which is a tapeworm on the economy, I've been the loudest voice in D.C. on it. Nothing's going to get fixed there. And we've wrestled with CEOs at hospitals and insurance companies, and we're making progress there. Those are all things you don't change overnight, but I'm going to stick my neck out and take risk, and you can't measure it upon a first year when you came into a legislative session, and we had other issues that kind of descended upon us as well. Stay tuned. Affordability is key. Most of what we're dealing with is from the other side of the aisle in D.C. States do have the ability, though, due to the fact they have, in our case, a supermajority, and I think most in the legislature agreed with what I put out there in the State of the State. They're going to be with me on this. They are probably going to always be less aggressive. I had to do the most executive orders of any governor in history, and probably more than the last 3 put together, and most of the bill templates are based upon that. And it's all aimed at running our government more efficiently. And your point on growing the economy, I can tell you 37 years running a business, if you weren't seeking new revenues, don't rest upon your laurels. There's things called competition, markets change, and even as a state government, you got to be careful there in terms of how you run it, and you can't assume you're going to keep bringing new businesses into your own state. You got to work at it.
Let's talk about those new businesses. Talking to Governor Mike Braun, you were very clear. AI are the jobs of the future. AI is going to power the future. But when it comes to data centers, these places have to pay for their own power. Should Indiana be a state that competes for data centers? And is it your belief that on a state level, we should require them to produce their own power, and as I have asked for it, actually provide power back to the cities that they're located in?
Ditto. That's exactly what they need to do. They are the richest companies in the world. They want to be in Indiana because of our general business climate and relatively light regulations, and they'll be lighter over time, common sense ways to get rid of that impediment. And yes, because we only produce 20 gigs of electricity currently. One of these can use up to a gig, and there's no way to get new electrons into the market other than with natural gas quickly, and you can massage a little bit, but otherwise you're going onto the grid. It's more expensive, and yes, you're raising rates. It's not going to happen, and they know that now. And I've been the first governor ever to create an IURC that's got members on it that are coming from that point of view. We got to have healthy production, but we can't be a rubber stamp for utilities getting everything they want.
But you're not opposed to data centers. Are you pro data center?
I'm if you're going into one of our 70 rural counties that would have a windfall of probably property taxes being 1/3 to 1/4 lower, where you're going to gin up that economy because they do have they don't house a bunch of jobs. They house a lot building them, but you're not going to get them next to Franklin Township or around population centers because they've got other things that people don't like about it. 70 counties would love to have one where you're parking it on 160 acres out in the middle of nowhere, and it has such a disproportionate impact to their economies.
So that's a yes. It's really a question of geography.
It's a question of geography. The water issue is now not what it was when they first came out because they've already found technology that recycles it. It doesn't keep using it because they do use a lot to cool the process. So a lot of this stuff has evolved, and if we miss out on it, hell, it's 2/3 of our GDP growth probably across the country, and Indiana got out of the gate early, but now NIMBYism and probably valid concerns of having them around population centers. 70 rural counties would love to have one because they are the places that are flat or losing population, looking at how to gin up their economies. Generally counties, 30,000 and under in population.
Talking to Governor Mike Braun of Indiana. Before I let you go, sir, because I'm up against it for time, we should really get into some deeper conversations.
Be happy to.
The Chicago Bears, this possibility of them coming to Indiana, I am all supportive of this as long as we are not spending the money to build the stadium. The Bears can build the stadium and take advantage of our tax opportunities here. I know we've got the amendment taking place to allow for a district to do this in 45 seconds. How serious is this?
When Pritzker and the mayor of Chicago, after 3 years of discussions, basically said, we're not interested. And the fact that both Illinois and Chicago have their own major set of problems. That's why we're the state that's got the most migration into it in the northern half of the country because of them. If we do not do everything, now that they've said they're really interested, flesh it out to make it happen in a place that needs it more than probably any other place in our state, the Gary Hammond area, we'd be foolish. And for all the reasons you mentioned, and for all my experience, and if you don't take advantage of this kind of stuff, make it happen. Don't give the farm away. You are being short-sighted because they don't come along very often.
Governor Mike Braun, we're going to get you back on very soon and continue these conversations. I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. I leave it to you, producer Carl, which way you're going to go. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hey, it's Tyrese Halliburton. I've met some incredible people right here in Indiana, all waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Different backgrounds, different stories, but they all had one thing in common: hope. Saying yes to organ donation provides that hope. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives. That's 8 families who get more time together. You have the power to save lives. So next time you're at the BMV or even right now at donatelifeindiana.org, say yes to organ donation.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How your governor says he plans to lower costs for you. 18 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with the wind chill making it feel colder than that. We'll go up to about 38 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. From the gas in your car to the electricity heating your home to the food on your table, prices are hitting hard. Governor Mike Braun says he understands what you're feeling.
You produce more stuff and you make it easier to do so, you can bring prices down. And, you know, we're in that 2.5% to 3% range on inflation, and 2% is considered as good as you get.
Braun appearing on Tony Katz in the Morning News just minutes ago. He says his experience running businesses gives him an advantage in attracting companies to the state. He also talked about how he would expand data centers, which are run by big tech.
They are the richest companies in the world. They want to be in Indiana because of our general business climate and relatively light regulations, and they'll be lighter over time, common sense ways to get rid of that impediment.
And you could catch more of that interview with Tony Katz and Governor Mike Braun on WIBC.com. On Thursday, President Trump said on social media that he could federalize the National Guard using the Insurrection Act.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is pleading with the president to tamp down the rhetoric, saying, let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are. And an appeal to Minnesotans, I know this is scary. We must speak out loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. Minnesota's Attorney General vowed to take the president to court if he tries to enact the Insurrection Act. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says all the unrest in Minnesota stems from one thing and one thing only: decisions made by President Trump.
They're the ones putting pressure on them to hit quotas, regardless of whether or not these are the serious offenders.
And supporters of Trump say Democrats, including Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, are fueling anti-ICE protests. The Department of Justice says it's broken up an NCAA basketball gambling ring, including former player Antonio Blakeney, who used to play for the Chicago Bulls. He ran the operation, which started in China and later moved to the U.S. with several others. No Hoosier basketball players were involved, although the indictment says there's at least one game involving Butler and Purdue Fort Wayne where games were fixed. Verizon customers will get a $20 credit after Wednesday's nearly day-long outage. The company said on social media Thursday that it fell short of what customers expect. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. Former IU quarterback Chris Ditto was coached by Bill Mallory in the 1990s. He says Mallory would be proud of Curt Cignetti and the rest of his current IU football team as they get ready to play Miami for the national title Monday.
I know he's looking down and just could not have more pride and just be so excited for what's happening in Bloomington, what's happened to the football program over the last 2 years.
And Ditto says the current team plays hard and fast and together. Also, linebacker Aiden Fisher says veteran players are buying into the concept and they've really grasped what Curt Cignetti is selling.
It's all about, taking the past experiences and kind of moving forward with them. Obviously, Coach Say does a great job with that, but having the older guys that we have, it's taking that message and then, relaying it to the younger guys, relaying it to your room, and, our assistant coaches do a great job with it too.
Now, Indiana could become the Big Ten's third different program in 3 years to win the championship. Miami hasn't won a title since 2001. You could listen to IU and Miami for the national title right here on 93 WIBC Monday night. Coverage begins at 6:30. The Indiana Pacers close out their 4-game homestand tonight, hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. College basketball this weekend, plenty of it. IU hosts Iowa. Butler is at Seton Hall. And number 5, Purdue is in L.A. to take on USC. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Yeah, right. Looking at the side, northbound 465 coming up to Penn by again. It's a crash on the right shoulder, slow to 70, but we are moving. South side, northbound 65, stop and go before Raymond. Into the south split, a 4-minute delay. Also a crash. This is westbound 70 on the west side, approaching Harding Street, and on the shoulder, a little bit of a slowdown through there. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
26 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
6 superfans, dressed to the 10s, crammed onto a 3-person couch, and armed with a dozen chicken wings. Now that's how you finish off the season. Gear up for the championship game at your local Academy Sports and Outdoor store in Bloomington. Score Indiana jerseys, shirts, caps, and more. The store will be open post-game if Indiana wins the championship. Rep your team today. Visit Academy Sports and Outdoors at 123 South Kingston Drive in Bloomington today.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer. Nobody cares for you like
Tune
family.
in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are up 13. Oh, that's not much at all. NASDAQ futures are up 118. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. Oil prices $59.84 a barrel on the West Texas crude, so ticking back up. $64.48 on the Brent crude, so that's a bigger jump. Keep an eye on the oil prices, which could, of course, have to do with Iran and what it is we're seeing in a possible war action. It could have to do with what is happening in Venezuela, with the capture of Maduro, with the release of 50 million barrels. Is the market just getting ready for something? And has the whole market changed now, considering the amount of oil that China and Russia were relying would be in a system from their partner in Venezuela? That now ending. The ghost ship issue. 900 and some odd ghost ships out there moving oil from port to port under the cover of darkness and trying to evade capture. If these things are done, how does China quench its thirst? They may have to go to other markets, spend different money, more money, thus bringing prices up. That could be the reason. We will dig in more to it. We have got gold prices at $4,595 an ounce, so down a little. Silver at $87.88, also down a little, which is an insane thing to say that $87 silver is down. Absolutely nutty that could possibly be the case. I did have one more story. There is, and I think this got brought up to me on the live stream yesterday. You can find the live stream of Tony Katz today at noon on the YouTube channel, YouTube Tony Katz. Do that. We stream the morning show, WIBC, youtube.com, WIBC. There is a scheme to rig college basketball. IBJ has a write-up on this. CBS News, I think, were the people who broke the story. Federal prosecutors charging 26 people in an alleged point-shaving scheme with dozens of college basketball players. So they say the scheme involved 39 players, 17 different NCAA Division I men's basketball teams. The conspiracy either fixed or attempted to fix 29 games. Okay. I don't believe that you can get a college basketball fan to not watch college basketball. I don't think that that's really possible. But I would make the assumption that this is the type of scandal that the NCAA is going to move heaven and earth not to keep public, not to make more, to create more size of. And it should have an effect on how the NCAA deals with gambling, gaming apps, and a whole host of things, including NIL, name, image, and likeness. You want me as an alumni to support a team to bring the best players in and pay them so we can take a picture of them. And then we've got point shaving and other duplicitousness coming from the other side. You're not getting my money. Isn't that the response from the alumni? And that's where I'm looking first. Where does the alumni look at these things, and how do they look at these things? What is it that they're talking about? Especially, and I'm not making any accusation here whatsoever. One of the interesting stories about IU, the largest alumni network in the country. What happens when half that alumni network says no thanks? And what about places where they have smaller alumni networks and therefore are more dependent on them? The teams involved, Abilene Christian, Alabama State, Butler, that's all allegation, DePaul, East Carolina, Florida Atlantic, Fordham, Georgetown, Kennesaw State, Kent State, LaSalle, McNeese State, I think it's pronounced McNeese State, Nicholls State, Ohio University, St. Louis University, St. John's, SUNY Buffalo, Tulane, Western Michigan University. I want to hear from alumni groups. How do you view this? Because I think that tells us what we're going to see. Also, I could ask of the NCAA, does this affect television contracts? You want me to show a game that might very well be rigged because you won't do anything about it? I don't, as I said, I don't think the fan stops watching. So maybe the TV broadcasts don't care. Maybe alumni do. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Tickets are on sale right now for Trump 1 year later. The highs, the lows, how we win the midterms, happening at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. The bourbon will flow. The food will be fantastic. We're going to go over Trump's past year and how we use that to win the midterms. It's going to be informing, entertaining, and very, very funny. I promise. Join us, Trump 1 year later. Brought to you by Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, and WIBC. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Remind me, I'm Tony Katz today to get into the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, saying that Canada's relationship with China sets them up well in the New World Order. Oh, really? Okay. 51st state sounds great now. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, looking at northbound 465 on the east side, shy of Penn Pike. That's a crash on the right shoulder, slowing us down. Henry County, eastbound 70 after State Road 109. That is a jackknife semi-trailer that's blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic for about 2.5 miles. Crash reported on the west side, westbound 70 before Harding, and a crash. Lawrence, Lee Road at 63rd. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
26 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Our producer, Carl, has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I can check in with the chat room on YouTube. Just look for the WIBC channel and subscribe. I can also phone a friend and talk to Matt Bear. I think the chat room has it. And some in the chat room are also possibly on some kind of illicit material. Let's phone a friend. Hey there, Matt Bear. Let's start it from the beginning, shall we? Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
Tony, that's Law and Order Criminal Intent.
Nice. Law and Order Criminal Intent. It is not. I believe that the chat room is correct. And this is the theme song to Major Dad. Nicely done. Some people said Hogan's Heroes, and those people are just sad. This is certainly not Hogan's Heroes. That is a whole different thing right there. Is Hogan's Heroes. And also, you would know it's a theme to Hogan's Heroes because it would have been playing from Bob Crane in a closet. Bob Crane joke. Hee hee.
That's pretty dark.
Ooh. Anybody want to watch a movie? Hee hee. No? Am I? Oh, too soon on Bob Crane? Okay. All right, fine. Now I know. You know what? No bourbon for you. That's what I say. That's what I say right there.
People need to Google Bob Crane and how he died. Dark.
He is a rough story. Goodness gracious. On Tony Katz today, they are changing their tune in Minnesota. I wonder why that is. We will have that story. Stephen Yates is scheduled to join us. We're going to talk about where we are with Venezuela and with Iran. And in both situations, where are we with China? Because this 1-2 punch, right? Not everything exists in a vacuum. This 1-2 punch is a real issue for China and their desire for oil, their need for oil. Changes so many things. So we'll get with Stephen Yates about that. Also, came across some stories, and I'll have them posted on TonyKatz.com. The show sheet will get posted today. We discussed that if you cannot break the IRGC, you can't break the Ayatollah's grip on Iran, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. This is the everything. And you had allies begging Trump to delay a hit on Iran. Now, maybe the hit couldn't come because you didn't have the assets in the area. The USS Abraham Lincoln is heading to the area now. You could have the Israelis do the hit in your stead. You promised the protesters that help is on its way. I do not believe there is a way out for President Trump regarding taking some action on Iran. And I would also say, I don't believe he's looking for one. I want to say that again. I don't believe that Donald Trump is looking for a way out. He sees what is possible here. Is there a part of this that's legacy? Absolutely. Does that legacy come from a move that allows the Iranian people to be free, resetting the Middle East, and creating what is possible for the first time in decades, if not longer, of a durable peace? Yes. He sees it and he wants it. And one could argue that that's actually a lofty goal. One could argue it's legacy shopping. Well, if that's what he gets for the lofty goal, that one could argue is indeed a lofty goal, okay. When he puts his name on the Kennedy Center, that's just gross. When you want to have the Commanders Stadium, which should be the Redskins Stadium, named after you, okay, that's gross. Yep, that stuff's gross. Actions that better societies as a whole and create a better future for my kids, history will remember that well. And that's where your name comes from. Good stuff. Good stuff. So these things are happening, and we need to figure out how they work together and what it is we can expect from them and what kind of backlash can come from them. If I listen to the left, all our adversaries, all our I should say allies are now bunching up against us. I mean, look what's going on in Greenland, and all these countries are now coming to Greenland to engage in military exercises. You think that's pushing back against the United States? You can think it, but what if you said it this way? That's those nations realizing that Trump ain't stopping, and maybe they want to make sure they get a piece of the pie too. From the beginning, we said that every single move Trump was making on Greenland, this was months ago, was an opportunity for Greenland and for Denmark to say, okay, who wants to make a deal? Place your bets. Who wants an offer? Who's going to bid it? Who's going to place a bid? Who wants in? You want this? You want that? You want the other thing? Oh, sure, it's for sale. Just depends on the dollars. Doesn't matter that Denmark says that the people of Denmark and the people of Greenland are integrated, and this percentage of the population lives in Denmark, and this percent of the population has gone to Greenland. Everything is a deal. Trump is making it clear because this is how he works. Rattle the cage, see what better deal he can get, force people to the table. That's what I'm seeing. Now, is it possible, if not probable, that there are NATO nations that are bothered by what it is they're hearing? Sure. And I absolutely get that. Concerned that the president might actually engage militarily? Absolutely. Does it threaten the cause of NATO? I think they can argue that. I'm not 100% sure if that is the case. If Denmark leaves NATO, does NATO fail? And is that our problem? Right? I think that's the way the president would look at it. I think it is more realistic that these nations want to ensure that no matter what deal gets made, they're a part of it. That seems more the human nature way to go about these things. And I will be discussing that on Tony Katz today at noon. Get your tickets, tickets.tonykatz.com. I mean, are we going to reach a final week sellout, which would be awesome? Well, that's up to you. It's going to be an incredible night of bourbon, food, fun, laughs. I have got such a great night, a presentation for you. I want you to join me. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Go to WIBC.com. Get your tickets right now. I cannot wait to see you there. I'll catch y'all at noon. Matt Bear's got traffic.
East side, northbound 460.